I don't know, like I said during the match, I am not a fan of mine launchers in a competitive game. It relies far too much on assuming that your enemy is going to blunder into them, which is not something that a well-trained competitive pilot like Finks or Zedion, I'm assuming, I haven't seen Zedion before unless they changed their name, but that is not something that they're going to willingly do. Yeah, and especially in a close quarters engagement where, I mean, there's what, 3 Hawatches on their team? That's a lot of actual disable compared to what a mine launcher is going to be able to put out.
I, on the other hand, am in favor of mine launchers in a competitive match, especially if you use them offensively instead of defensively. Like, I wouldn't set up a minefield. I would try to get them to deploy right next to the enemy and explode immediately, and that can be used to just ridiculous effect. It's fantastic. Really hard to do, though.
Ice Cream Crate did try to do that. They did rush in on the enemy team, but it was just two Hawatches at once. Just shut that junker down immediately.
They did do that, but they turned to their Carronade side instead of their mine launcher side. Then they started sinking the guy in, and then they just got beat up from there with the lumberjack and the goldfish on them.
Well, I hope to be proven wrong by Cakewatch either later today. I'm not sure if we have them. I think we do later today. Let me check.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do have Cakewatch one more time today.
2 more times.
2 more times, excuse me. I do hope, if they bring a mine launcher,
3 more times.
I eat my words.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of them today. We have them up next, and then the match after that match. So we have G, J, and then M is Cakewatch. So if you guys can bring a mine launcher and then just dominate with it, I will love you for life.
Yes, you will get 30 to... Yeah, probably... Yeah, let's say 30 Guns of Icarus arbitrary points. You can cash them in at your nearest shipyard. For a cookie, sure. Everyone likes cookies. Bards filtering in. Notorious team who didn't actually send in any fun facts.
Yeah, the fun fact sheet can be updated any time, so feel free to send in those facts. We'll pretend to read them occasionally.
I don't believe Ryders sent in all that much either.
They sent in some. They weren't as fun as I thought they would be, so I haven't read them. Yep, yeah, none of their facts are fun, so we're not going to read those. Try again.
Postage is, of course, free.
Alright, so fight over Fernfield this time. This is a, a bit... I think it's going to be more of a long-range match than I guess, the Brawly Periton. So we should see some different playstyle with both these teams.
Well, just looking at Storm Riders, unless they change something, Schuender, and I apologize to any German watching. If you want to correct me in the Twitch, feel free to, as a prophonic spelling of how you're supposed to pronounce that. They've only changed 2 guns, and I can already see that they're going for a long to medium range. That's the great thing about the Galleon, though. You can only change a couple guns and have a super effective ship for any sort of range here. It doesn't seem like they're going to change that Watchafish, though. But that's okay, because Watchafishes are spectacular ships.
Yeah, Watchafish is great even on a long-range map, because they're fast enough to get close to the enemy and still be able to disable them. Or you can just stick Heavy Clip in there and just try to get him from distance. I wouldn't recommend it, though. I really don't like Heavy Clip.
It's good if... Well, see, they reduced the jitter on the Hawatcha quite a bit, especially because they were worried about Heavy Clip. One of the Rider members dropping out for some reason. Hopefully they come back in time. I like it because if you have to sit in a long-range engagement for a prolonged period of time, and you don't want to sacrifice your ship going in, you can very easily throw heavy clip in, throw long range support down at the enemy, and where, having a gunner on your ship is, before it used to be an arguable thing of whether or not it was useful. Now I think there's still an argument, but the argument for having a gunner is just so much stronger, considering they can literally break gun arcs and just reload the gun faster. So if you get a good gunner on there with a heavy clip, before you could sort of pepper your enemy, but now you can do some serious damage with it, and, even faster because of the reload speed.
Yeah, the stamina update made gunners just about indispensable, I think. Just being able to reload faster, being able to, get better arcs from your guns occasionally is just so useful in any match. On just about any gun, really.
I think there's a lot of times where there's still something to be said for 3 engineers being good on a ship. But the number of ships and strategies that works with certainly isn't as high as it used to be. But I'm not playing. So, we get to see what these guys need to do. And each and every one... No, I take that back. See, Finks has been in the 3 engineers that I was just talking about. So he's changed my game into a squid. This will be interesting.
Alright, here we go. Match B for the day. This is Bards against Ryders. Alright, the first ship here we have Muse Tips and Tricks, piloted by DJ Logicalia. Got a long range left side, Hades Artemis. Artemis on the front, so they're going to probably try to get both those in arc. On the right side we have a Gatling gun and a Banshee. Next up we have the Breadcrumbs, piloted by Nano Duckling. Let's see here, we have Artemis up top. Artemis on the right wing, Artemis on the left wing. On the lower side we have a Gatling gun and another Banshee.
And for the Storm Riders, splitting the squid, the killing feature, we have Finks. It's standard meta squid. Can I call it that? I'm gonna call it that. Meta squid, Gatling forward, Banshee starboard with a flare in the rear slot, and following him right behind is Zedion, captaining the Goldfish Dragon's Rage. It's a Hawacha fish, Carronade port side, Gatling screwed. They're just charging straight in at red team.
Yes, they're just burning as fast as they can out of here. Bard's doing a really good job of...
This is very much the strategy that we saw last week from them, too. Long-range gun platforms waiting for them to throw themselves in.
Yeah, they did a good job shooting at that squid, but the squid did a very nice job of going low, so it took it all in the balloon. There's nothing to pop their balloon, really. It's a killing feature here, trying to get around Breadcrumbs.
Hawacha going out from Dragon's Rage on Tips and Tricks.
Yeah, that Junker is really disabled right now.
Gatling gun from Killing Feature decimating Breadcrumbs.
Yeah, that squid is all
Armor
over
goes
that
down.
that mobula right now.
Banshee's coming out, hitting just the very right of him. I don't think Breadcrumbs is long for this world.
No, once this armor breaks once more, he's probably done for.
As he hurls himself at Dragon's Rage. Dragon's Rage just
not
barely
quite.
dipping over him.
Breadcrumbs barely staying alive here. Tips and Tricks doing his best to fight against this Hawacha. He's about to get disabled again, I believe.
Now Gatling from Tips and Tricks trying desperately to shoot Killing Feature, who's just too far away.
Breadcrumb goes down. First blood goes to Ryders once again. There's now a 2v1 in the red spawn, I believe.
Yes, Red didn't really leave their spawn. This goldfish and squid, excuse me, are just having their way with this Junker.
Yeah, I'm not sure Bards picked a very good ships for this. They might have. I guess they have a lot of explosive power. They didn't really bring any armor stripping though. I think they have one Hades and then one Gatling gun. One Gatling gun on each ship.
I think the Junker can be a very good hard counter to a Squid for the reason of there's not too many blind spots and it turns nice and quick. Whereas if the killing feature has any guns on target, they have to keep their ship at a very steady, almost 45-degree angle to the right. So, especially, well, I say 45 degrees, depends really on what the guns you have. But with this thing, certainly at least 45 degrees. The problem I think really here is the Mobula, where the Squid just narrows down on him, and he can't really do much about him, especially when he gets behind him.
Yeah, I believe Breadcrumbs has a triple Artemis? Yes, he has triple Artemis on the top of his ship here. So he is heavy disable.
He's certainly going to try and use that Gatling Banshee for his close-range defense.
Yeah, killing feature coming in low once again, taking it all on the balloon, using its nice little balloon shield. Dragon's Rage going on DJ Tips and Tricks. This is going to be a, it's just going to be I guess a replay of what just happened a little bit ago.
I think the problem here really for Bards Revival Church is that it's not that they have the wrong ships for this, it's that they just keep getting Ryder keeps getting the engagements that they want, really. I mean, look at this. Squid's right behind the Mobula, where he wants to be. And that Goldfish can just have his way with the Junker, which isn't what they really want. I think Bard's trying to get that Junker onto the Squid, the Mobula onto the Goldfish, and it's just not working.
It looks like they're trying to focus the Goldfish right now. They were focusing they're focusing the Squid right now. They were focusing the Goldfish, and they switched targets, so that was great flying by Dragon's Rage there to get around and force them to change targets.
Goes down, both ships now focusing on Muse Tips and Tricks. Yeah, like you said, it's just a rinse repeat last match. Or last engagement, excuse me.
4-0 immediately. We're barely 5 minutes in, I think. Ryders are just crushing the Bards here.
The Hawacha Fish once again showing how great of a support vessel it is. Taking a slight beating, shutting down one ship, letting their ally have their way with the other ship.
That's correct. They have some very nice teamwork here. Squid comes in, it takes all the shots. It comes in low, so it goes into the balloon, and the Goldfish comes in, disables the Junker, lets the Squid get to the Mobula, and it's just game over from there. Yeah, so blue team wandering around, waiting for the red team to spawn in, trying to figure out where they're going to be.
I thought they knew where they were, but they seem to have stopped very suddenly.
I think they're just poking around for them. I think they're just a little bit outside their render range. They might be able to see them now. Take a peek at the map here. Yeah, it looks like red team is pulling back as far as they can into the corner here. And just waiting for the blue team to come to them once again. They're sticking much closer together this time. I don't blame them. Hope the spots go out. Once again, killing feature coming in fast and low. He's being shot at first. Dragon's Rage coming in up high. He's gonna
both
unload
ships
his...
descending, try and kill killing feature.
Yeah, they really want that Squid right now. They're probably gonna change target shortly, I believe, once that Squid gets behind the Mobula.
That's exactly what happened. Dragon's Rage doing a sharp turn to the right, laying his watch into Muse Tips and Tricks.
Yeah, here we go, round 3. Gonna be the same show.
Red comes trying desperately out of the killing feature's arcs. Another Hawacha going out from Dragon's Rage onto Tips and Tricks, keeping him shut down.
He's keeping that Junker out of the fight here. Breadcrumbs, I think, doing a little better job against killing feature right now. He's having a hard time keeping up with him. Killing feature trying to come around from behind again. Banshee's going out, Gatling's going out.
It's very clear they're not trying at all to get kills with Dragon's Rage. They're turning their carronade, they're just trying to keep that Junker out of the fight.
Not loses armor.
Turning to their flank.
Killing feature armor down. Here's some Banshee shots from the Mobula, but not too many. Breadcrumb is definitely getting the worst of this engagement here.
Balloon goes down. We're gonna have a hard time keeping up. Pun not intended, we can take it. Alarmer goes down.
Yeah, this should be it right here.
Coming in.
Bench is a little late there. Probably weren't quite an arc. Dragon's Rage might finish off Tips and Tricks first here if he can grind him against the ground. That doesn't look that way.
Nope, they are just trying to keep him pinned down. Breadcrumbs hydrogening, trying to get out of the gun arc scaling feature. So I'm not sure it's going to work.
He's doing a much better job of staying alive longer this time. Tips and Tricks about to be finished off here. There he goes to Dragon's Rage, crushed into the earth. 5-0 for the Ryders. Really nice flying by the Ryders there. I think the Bards were doing a lot better as time went on. You know, they did much better in the second round, and even better than that in the third round than they did the first time.